Modern society increasingly depends on work schedules that go against the natural day and night cycle. Night shifts, frequent long-distance flights, and irregular sleep patterns have become normal for millions of people worldwide. However, growing scientific evidence shows that such disruption of circadian rhythms weakens the immune system and can increase the risk of cancer, while also making tumors more aggressive. Circadian rhythms are internal biological clocks that operate on roughly a 24-hour cycle. They regulate sleep and wakefulness, but also control hormone production, metabolism, tissue repair, and immune responses. These rhythms are synchronized mainly by light exposure. When a person regularly works at night or frequently changes time zones, this synchronization breaks down. As a result, many physiological processes fall out of balance. Large population studies have already linked night shift work with higher cancer risk. The International Agency for Research on Cancer classified night shift work that disrupts circadian rhythms as probably carcinogenic to humans. Epidemiological data show a consistently increased risk of breast cancer among women who work night shifts for many years. Some studies report risk increases of 20 to 30% compared to those with stable daytime schedules. Recent experimental research helps explain why this happens. In a controlled laboratory study, scientists used two groups of mice that were genetically prone to developing aggressive breast cancer. One group lived under a normal light and dark cycle, while the other experienced a disrupted light schedule that mimicked chronic circadian disturbance. The results were striking. Mice with disrupted biological clocks developed tumors earlier, around the 18th week, instead of the 22nd week. Their tumors also spread to the lungs more often, showing higher metastatic potential. The effects were not limited to tumor growth alone. Researchers observed a clear suppression of the immune response. Key immune cells that normally recognize and destroy abnormal cells were less active. Even more concerning, healthy breast tissue itself changed under long-term circadian disruption. It became more vulnerable to cancer before any tumor was present, suggesting that risk accumulates silently over time. At the molecular level, scientists identified changes in immune regulation pathways. One receptor drew particular attention, called LILRB4. This receptor normally acts as a brake on the immune system, preventing excessive inflammation that could damage healthy tissue. In the context of cancer, however, this same mechanism can be exploited by tumors to escape immune surveillance. The study found that circadian disruption increased the activity of this immune-suppressing pathway. When researchers interfered with LILRB4, signaling tumor growth and metastasis were reduced even under disrupted light conditions. These findings fit well with broader biological evidence. Circadian genes regulate the timing of DNA repair cell division and immune signaling. When these processes lose their natural rhythm, errors accumulate, inflammation becomes chronic, and immune defenses weaken. Cancer cells thrive in exactly such environments. The implications are highly relevant for modern life. Around 1/4 to 1/3 of the global workforce is estimated to engage in shift work. This includes healthcare workers, industrial employees, security staff, pilots, and flight attendants. For many of them, avoiding night work is not realistic. However, awareness is crucial. Maintaining consistent sleep schedules on off days, minimizing light exposure during daytime sleep, and supporting immune health may help reduce some risks. From a medical perspective, these discoveries open new paths for prevention and treatment. Understanding how circadian disruption alters immune responses could lead to targeted therapies that restore immune function or block cancer-friendly pathways. It also highlights the importance of considering biological time in medicine, not only what treatment is given, but when it is given. In a world that never sleeps, protecting the body's internal clock may become an essential part of cancer prevention and long-term health.